Welcome one, welcome all to our last stream of the weekend. The Blue November Finals are here. My name is Canafitz, joined by Daedalus, and we're going to waste no time whatsoever in getting in on things with our very first game of the day, as we see a rematch of last month's semi-finals, Frankenstein against number one.
And with these two teams going all the way to the semi-final last month, Counterfeit, I'm sure we're gonna have a great match on our hands.
Last time these two clashed, number one lost out 2 games to 1. Frankenstein then went on to lose against Roxas in the grand final. We shall see if things have changed, and they're looking like, in the early going at least, that number one are looking very strong.
Number one already coming out, finding a lot of kills from the start, but Frankenstein are biting back and not giving up at all. Remember guys, it is a best of 3 as usual, so number one, even though they might win this match, at least it looks like they will do so for now. Frankenstein, they still have a chance to come back at overtime and even on construction side if they are so lucky to win map number 2.
We'll see. Currently, I'm pretty impressed by what we're seeing it from the side of number one. You know, they haven't let this early success go to the heads. They're keeping up the pressure on the squad. Let's check in with those numbers. One of the Frankenstein members is missing from their roster, so this could go some way towards explaining why things have gone so poorly for them in the opening part of this series.
Yeah, when things go south for Frankenstein, you can of course say that it is because they are missing one member, and that obviously means that for number one it's easier to just fill out the map and spawn kill, which they are doing exactly right now. Number one, with a 6-kill lead right now, are doing so well for themselves, and Frankenstein, they have no way of fighting them back, especially because they are missing that one member.
Bofon has been key to number one's success in the early going. Absolutely lethal with that imp. The star player from the Iraq side, as the rest of the players just slam into each other in the lower bands of the streets. Absolutely brutal first encounter. What a fantastic way to start off the Blue November Finals.
Number one, they have no chill. They're just gonna go hard here against Frankenstein, and Frankenstein, they are falling prey to the power of number one. Right now, if we take a look at the scoreboard Counterfeit, we can see who the top fragger on side number one is. That is going to be Bofam. 11 kills and 4 deaths. Man, this guy's putting in the work. Nice KDA from him, and giving up so few kills while getting so many, giving up so many deaths. Getting so many kills without dying a lot means a lot for a team's success. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I think, honestly, words would fail me as well when it comes to describing Bofon's success in this game. Doing fantastically well. Has taken a few deaths since that absolutely startling start to our monthly finals. This is, of course, only the quarter-final stage. These are our 2 closest seeded teams coming into this one. Frankenstein adds in this tournament as our number 5 seed, number 1 as our number 4. It does feel like the number 1 squad, you know, even with the 5 versus 4 advantage, number 1 feel like they have grown since we last saw them in the monthlies to just be a very determined and focused squad.
Well, that is a good point, Counterfeit, and I must say that even before Frankenstein, they lost that 5th member. Number one, they were controlling this map as well. They were just dominating, and it just felt like that even though Frankenstein, they have lost that one member, that they were outclassed already from the beginning. Now they lose map number 1, which means that we are going to go to map number 2 to see if number 1, they can finish things out between them and Frankenstein. But with the way the number 1 they are playing, they are just miles above Frankenstein.
50 to 37. Real impressive stuff from the team from Iraq. We shall see if they can continue on their momentum. Frankenstein, certainly a big scalp to take so early on in the competition. Twitch giveaway is currently live, so please do enter in on that. If we across each of the different platforms, we will be giving away double giveaways because this is a monthly final, so get your entries in there while you can, and we shall be back in mere moments from now with our next Frankenstein number 1 encounter. Gentle friends from around the globe, Frankenstein and number one clash once more. It's time, no Daedalus, it's overtime to get into our second quarterfinal game.
It is indeed, and now Frankenstein, they are one game down. They didn't have their full roster in game number one, now they do have that, and number one. However, they are looking to just finish out this first match of the day, this quarterfinal, in a 2-0 fashion. But Frankenstein, now with a full roster, they should be able to keep up.
In the recent times, Frankenstein have beaten out number one more times than the other way around, but most recently, number one managed to make it all the way to the finals, beating out Frankenstein on the way and only losing to Roxas themselves. So while Frankenstein, they are a tough squad, number one, at least based on their most recent performance, may have found a way to get past the tiring Frankenstein's monsters.
But this game is very slow, kind of. 1 minute has been played and we're only seeing 4 kills. So, very slow game. Frankenstein, however, they are behind. And number one, they're working pretty well together as a team. They're running around as a squad. And they have found themselves a 7-kill lead. Frankenstein, they're so far behind. And they can't deal with number one. Because number one, they're running around like a team. They're running around like a Roman squad. And there's no way that Frankenstein, they can poke a hole in the armor of number one.
Yeah, it's been some really impressive play so far from number one. Though, to say the absolute squad tactics, the pack tactics of number one are working extremely well. And Frankenstein, rocks back on their heels, just don't seem to have an answer to all this number one offense. Noctis does manage to get one in, just about survives that last encounter, but you have to know that number one will just come knocking on the door any moment. Here they come slamming in.
Number one right now, so very far ahead, but Frankenstein, they are starting to catch up just a tiny bit, still behind by a lot of kills, but Frankenstein, they're not done yet. That's a big push right there. 5 kills, all Frankenstein, they are behind now. They were behind by what, like 10 kills at some point. Number one, they're not being allowed to breathe, and Frankenstein, they're making their way back.
Absorb, redirect, and overcome. Frankenstein, yeah, they've made an incredible comeback in the second game to be back in contention after being so far behind early on. I think number one perhaps overestimated their ability to close out, and now are only ahead by 3. A brutal exchange of gunfire puts both on near death. So Frankenstein, if they've come back this far, there's no reason, especially with the performance from Noctis, they can't turn this entire series around.
You're completely right now. The game has slowed down just a tiny bit. Number one is at 25.
I think the game may have slowed down entirely, I'm afraid, guys. Unfortunately, I think we may have run into a technical error here. Let me just give it a quick once over to see if that is the case. Darn it! How unfortunate. Alright, well in that case we'll have to await on the result for our admin colleagues. Soldier Girl running things behind the scenes today. Instead, what we'll do is we'll get you guys on to overtime to show us how you would have played out were you the ones in the driving seat. Daedalus, based on what we saw in that last match, it was very close. We're going to have to just make our guesses here. Who do you think was going to win that one out?
Oh, I would say number one. I really liked the explosive energy that they were coming out with in the start of that game, and I think that would carry them all the way to a victory.
So guys, getting in here, ESL 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we can do our own simulation of that number one Frankenstein game. We will of course be updating you guys as soon as we know what the result actually was, but we'll do our best to provide at least as close a approximation as we can here and now. Dealers, of course, we're going to be having those double giveaways, continuing it during the course of today. Hashtag RO16 if you want to enter in over on twitch.tv/modern-combat. And how many prizes are we giving out on each platform, dealers?
Ooh, I think it's 2 since it's a monthly final.
It is! Because we love you guys so much! We tunneled into Gameloft HQ using our native Danish cunning. Well, I mean, I've not got any of that. But I borrowed some of Deedless's, and we stole you guys some extra credits just because, you know, we want you to have nice things.
You stole?
That's
Peter,
right.
That's not okay.
What do you mean stealing is not okay?
Yeah. When has stealing ever been okay, mate?
Hey man, I was raised on Robin Hood. Steal from the rich. I think that's how it went.
Hmm.
You know, I always wondered in those Robin Hood tales. Like, I presume that if you steal from the rich, yeah, there's kind of like the nobility and give it back to the poor people. Like, I guess he probably did that on the sly, because if it was known about, then they would presumably just go and get that money back from the poor people. I don't know, man. What do you think?
I've only watched the Robin Hood movie that like Disney made, so I honestly wouldn't know.
Wait, which one?
The
one with the animals?
Yeah, the animation one.
Oh man, that's going back away.
Yeah, I've only watched that when I was very little, so I.
Oh man, well I think maybe it's the bigger thing in England because it's one of our sort of not quite myths, but well I suppose it kind of is, like a somewhat more modern myth than maybe you would think of. Like, you know, a kind of, because there's quite a lot of different Robin Hood stories and things. There's I think there's a more recent one with Russell Crowe in it for some reason, which wasn't particularly well received. But we'll see. Can we find it?
Yeah, there's also there's also the newest one from 2018, right?
Oh, is that?
Yeah, there's a Robin Hood from 2018. Well, it was a terrible one. You got like 5 stars out of 10.
Let's see.
But Jamie Foxx is a part of it. And then you have the guy from Kingsman. He plays Robin.
Wait, what? I've never heard of this one. What's it called?
Robin Hood.
Let's see. Live action features. Am I looking at the wrong section? Oh, that's right. Robin Hood. Oh, wait, I don't even heard of this.
Well, it's a terrible movie, so.
Apparently it was originally called Robin Hood Origins. Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think you need to watch it. It's trash as far as I know.
I think we are gonna have our semi-finals start up in just a second, so if we let you guys get in here, and then we'll get it started, because as soon as we get the key, we'll have to drop out and get our ESL duties attended to. But we'll get you guys on here as a little apology custom game for our technical problems before, which prevented us from showing you the end of that undoubtedly exciting Frankenstein #1 encounter. But instead, we'll have our first semi-finals. So please, guys, get your entries in on Twitch while you can, because we'll be going through our double giveaways pretty darn quickly over the course of today.
Indeed.
Aha! Okay, well, there we go. So you guys can still come and join in with this custom game that's going on at the moment, but we have our duties to attend to. So get your last entries in on Twitch. That custom game will keep on going for the time being, but we will shortly return with Score Gaming versus Severe. Welcome back, gentle friends, one and all. Our international superstars, Severe, go up against Mexico's Score Gaming, our first semi-final of the day. Severe? Oh, hello. Using their creepy reality-bending powers. But fortunately, we put a kibosh on that.
They don't need no floor to run on, kind of it. They don't need any floor. I'm pretty sure they're Jedis.
Ah, what a terrifying prospect. Let's take a little look into the history of Severe. So, most recently, they've... let's see. So they, in the Blue December Cup, so right back at the beginning of December, a little while ago now, they made it all the way to the finals, beating out ANG and Nation 2018, who are playing today, only eventually losing to Roxas. So they are a little bit of an underdog team for Score Gaming. They've had a little bit of a rougher time recently after Score Gaming went for a bit of a renaissance period. They managed to start winning tournaments after tournaments, but more recently I think they've had a bit of a roster switch around and so have been trying to find their feet once again.
Coco goes down to MIT. It's a very slow game, only 9 kills overall. We'll make that 10 now, as a few more kills come in. Score Gaming, they aren't now even with Severe after Severe finds 2 to 3 kills in a rapid succession. Right now it's 2 members really carrying the load for Severe. Finding 3 kills on the top fraggers, make that 4 now for Ola and 3 for MIT. So definitely stepping up and making sure that Severe, they could potentially win this first map.
It's early days, but right now, yes, Severe are looking pretty good. Panchito does manage to land a nice selection of grenades, while Arcade finishes off 11x from the side. So, maybe too early to call. We shall see. Tsunami at least does pick up a nice kill there. So far untouched in this game with backup from 11x. I wanted to say Leviosa, but sadly, not the case. 4 minutes and 35 left to play. MIT and Alpha picking up some more kills. I think, yeah, Dealers, you could well be right. The Severe came back very harshly there. We got Score Gaming running out once again. Panchito doing a good sweep with that Tommy gun.
Well, you know, Peter, it's not over until 50 kills. So between Score Gaming and Severe, there's obviously a long way to go. But for now, Severe are looking like the better team.
They seem to have a pretty solid plan when it comes to working on Scramble. I mentioned, Score Gaming, Panchito having a lot of success with the Bramps and that Tommy gun equivalent. Just going out and sweeping the streets of Severe members. But let's take a look at those numbers. Panchito is definitely doing really well with that. Not traditionally a weapon we see used on Scramble. Has very good abilities to just, to tear through multiple people. But not the best from range.
It certainly isn't, but who needs range like when you can just run into your opponents like we're seeing right here from Score Gaming. Coco with that sniper rifle runs very close to a member from Severe. Same is what Panchito is doing right here, shooting people down with that Thompson.
Coco providing some backup for the rest of the squad, as that lead of Severe seems to be just a memory. What a great and swingy semi-finals we've got here. One team and then the other taking control. And it's all about those decisions that are being made by the teams. Where do they advance? Where do they fall back? Let's throw up the map and see. We've got a flanking attempt coming in from Assassin. That little jeep you can see down the end there, you can shoot through the windows. We've seen it being happening already, which wasn't something I was personally aware of, but I'm also not sure if the players were aware of it before this game, as they have been getting picked off there again and again.
Oh, Severe, they find 2 kills and suddenly Score Gaming's lead isn't that big. It's actually non-existent right here. As Severe, they take the lead against Score Gaming. I love how this semi-final is going back and forth, and Score Gaming and Severe, they're not giving up.
Oh, that does get taken down there by Panchita, though. As it's way too close to call. MIT does get that kill back for the squad, but as soon as one picks up a kill, immediately it's taken back with the other Mexican squad, now behind by a single kill. And I feel like it was maybe a mistake on Score Gaming's part to try and go after Severe, who were entrenched in the corner, when it was Score Gaming themselves who were in the lead.
Ooh, Peter, 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. It's still even between these two lineups. I don't think we're gonna see the time run down. I think we're gonna see the kill, however, go down to the very last kill, to the wire. Because right now, Score Gaming and Severe, they are just even 1 kill separating these two teams.
Monster lurking, waiting, just looking for that pickup of Score Gaming. Gonna start charging back through. Monster falling back. Does take a grenade to the face as Arcade and the rest of the squad look to try and equalize. They're gonna be charging in. Tsunami provides that tied defense for the international team of Severe, who, after winning out that last fight, they may well have done enough to secure themselves this first semi-final victory.
Certainly have Severe with a big lead here against Score Gaming, the Mexican squad, about to fall down to Severe. But they need 2 more. This international lineup, make it 1. As Score Gaming, I think they are done and dusted.
That is going to be all she wrote. Severe winning out with a 6 kill advantage. Impressive stuff, honestly. And Alfar, who we're looking at the moment, definitely the standout player for the squad by a mile.
Certainly right here. Finding 21 kills and 11 deaths, but those 21 kills, they by far outweigh the deaths that Ole has given up.
Alright guys, so we are going to be moving on to our Facebook giveaway. So if you head across to facebook.com/modern-combat and type in #quarter, then you'll be able to enter it over there. It looks like we don't have too many folks watching on Twitch today, so the first 2 people who head across to twitch.tv/modern-combat and type in #RO16 will be awarded with 300 credits each. So an easy way to win, but to enter in on every single platform if you're so inclined to do so. And we shall return with our next encounter between Score Gaming and Severe coming up after the break. Welcome back one and all. Our second semi-final game is here between Severe and Score Gaming. And Severe, they could be getting through to the finals as a result of this game.
Oh, they certainly could. Now, Severe, they ran off with game number 1 against Score Gaming. I'm not gonna say it wasn't deserved, but it was so close for such a long time. And then Severe, they just pulled out the last few strengths, and they took that game home.
Severe looking pretty darn good, of course. We've got to give a lot of credit across. Oh, let me just get this switched around. There we go. Severe leading very hard on Olperitz. Olperitz? I don't know. The name confuses the heck out of me. Maybe some of you guys in the chat will have a better idea what that's supposed to be. We'll call them Ola, because that kind of means hello.
Ola says Ola with his coffee right there. Finds a kill. But another guy comes in and says Ola and kills him.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, he says Ola, the other person says goodbye. Maybe next time, maybe next time. What we'll do is we'll wait a little bit for you guys to forget about it. Then we'll use it again. You'll be like, what genius guys. Hoi 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 hoi. Last chance for Score Gaming representing Mexico, the only Mexican representatives in the tournament. We didn't get a chance to go through the bracket at the beginning, but this is a very Japanese heavy tournament, well, at least compared to the other countries represented. 3 representatives from Japan, though Roxas did knock out RST Crew, their country folk, in the first round of competition. We'll have to see how things go from here on out. Score Gaming, the only Mexican representatives, Severe and Nation 2019, both with fully international flavors.
Now the game has slowed down just a tiny bit. If you look at the minimap count of it, you can see how Score Gaming, they are just on the right side of this map, whereas Severe, they're standing on the left side. So the teams, they are just pulling out those sniper rifles and trying to see if they can land those shots right here Panchito finds his first kill of the game with an SMG. Not pulling out a sniper rifle, but goes for a duel instead.
Yeah, that Bramson Thompson that we saw being used before to great effect is again taken to the field. It feels like this is almost Panchito's signature weapon at this point. Has worked to great effect when it comes to sweeping. Will take out Tsunami there in that last exchange. And worth noting though is we are seeing Panchito a long way from the rest of the squad. There's no backup coming if things do go south, and south they went.
Oh, now you have to be careful right here. You don't want to give Severe too big of a lead, because if they get that lead going for themselves, suddenly Score Gaming could find themselves in a bad position where they're gonna have to claw their way back against their opponents right here. Severe, they even out the game as Score Gaming were able to find a few kills here and there, but now it's still very even. Kills are just going back and forth.
D-less, what's that coming over the bridge? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? I think it is, as MIT, the one to finish off that job. A monster doing a fantastic job for Severe so far. Ola with a more raw kills, but Monster is just going around and ambushing each of the individual Score Gaming members. Only one death so far, which of course we know is the curse we throw upon them. But with a heavy as well, not a long range class, but a short range, to only take one death and pick up 7 kills is astonishing.
Oh, it certainly is for Severe. And it just means that they can rely on this guy to help them get through the semi-final and get all the way to the grand final. Right now, 8 kills and 1 death. That is amazing, and he is doing his work here for Severe.
That's Roxas and #1 going on at the moment. So we'll see who ends up joining the winner of this series in the grand finals coming up soon. Facebook entries are open at the moment, as are Twitch, so get your entries in while you can. 300 credits for each of our lucky winners. But for the teams going forward from here, these monthly finals, they are high stakes competition. The only way you get to play in these monthly finals is by being one of the top 8 teams across the month of November in this case. So we're catching up on some of our old finals. Got $500 on the line as the prize pool for the top 2 teams. So high stakes competition ideally will bring out the very best of the Modern Combat 5 playing teams.
Severe, they are starting to develop this kill lead counterfeit with 1 minute and 38 seconds left to go. Score Gaming, they must be finding themselves with a lot of pressure on their shoulders, with them being so far behind Severe. I'm not sure that they can maintain their composure and actually fight their way back. Tsunami right here finds a kill, and suddenly Score Gaming find themselves even further behind.
Panchito, who we had such hope in from before, has unfortunately fallen pretty seriously behind. And it's crazy. I think since we last looked at them, not only did we curse them, but we cursed the living heck out of them. They went from having a fantastic score to a very tough looking scoreline by the end. So no hope coming from that side. If it's going to be coming from anybody, I think it's going to be from Arcade with their BSW. The only player, I think, with a positive KDA for the Score Gaming side right now.
It's not every day that you see Score Gaming fall in the semifinals. Now, Severe, they are quite ready to just take them down. And to say, yeah guys, you're not getting to the to the grand final. We're gonna take you down right here and right now. They just need 7 more kills.
Monster, I think, the standout player for the Severe squad, doing fantastic work so far. Ola picking up a couple more kills on the backside. Again, racking up these huge numbers. Is, again, you know, we've got the multiple threat composition of Severe, and unfortunately for Score Gaming, they're going to be left in the dust.
And that means that Severe, they will go into the grand final, where they had the possibility to meet Roxas or #1, who are currently battling it out in the top semi-final.
So guys, let's take a look once more So there we go. So we've got Ola with the absolutely ludicrously high numbers. What's her name? Ola Pritz? Oh boy. And Monster, only 3 deaths in that whole game. A 4-to-1 kill to death ratio. Impressive stuff. But they shall not be the only people to impress, because we want you guys to impress us as well. Come play live on stream while we get ready for our next ESL encounter. Actually, hold the phone on that one. Okay, sorry, I thought we were just about to get the next key. But instead, if you guys come and join us with the pass key, ESL123, we'll see if we can fit in a custom game before our next tournament game becomes a call-in. Oh, hello. Actually,
well, we could also go for a battle royale and see if you can get a turkey sandwich like yesterday.
Doodless, there's no time for turkey sandwiches.
Why is that?
Because our other semi-final, I think, has been held for us by Soldier Girl, so we can go straight in to that one. No rest for the wicked, I'm afraid. And I think, let's have a look. I think all the players are actually ready for us right now, so we'll just go from one game to another. That's why they call us the workhorses of MC5. Also because I eat from a trough. So this, as we mentioned before, Roxas versus number 1 will be our next encounter. So let's rock up with that in just a second. I think our players are mostly ready, so we won't have to wait too much longer. We're going back to the first game of our semi-finals. Another best of 3, which should hopefully be even more explosive than the last.
Hopefully, we can only hope, Counterfeit, and cross our fingers.
Could you cross your toes as well? Because I've run out of fingers. They've all been devoured by how exciting that last game was. That doesn't make sense. Don't try to think about it too much. Oh no, I've broken Needless. I'll have to get a new one. Soldier Girl, quick, jump in.
A new Deedless. There's only one Deedless.
Oh no, does that mean I can't get a refund?
And I'm that guy.
Ah, Sinsuke, good to see you in the chat. Oh man, Temptation calling you Roxas noobs. Well, that's a bold thing to say, Temptation. But we shall see. Semi-finals once more. Who will come and join Severe in the Sun? Let's get it on!
Well, now number 1 versus Roxas. Let's see if Roxas they can go into the grand final. Obviously, these guys are the clear favorites of today. They looked dominant yesterday. They looked unstoppable. And now they're looking to take down number 1. It's the first seeded team versus the 4th seeded team. But for now, number 1, they are actually finding 2 kills. So, in the first few seconds of this semi-final, are keeping up with Roxas.
Yeah, honestly, it's pretty impressive. You know, we've been singing the praises of Roxas for a while. I'm sure you guys are sick of it at this point, but they are a team who have earned our praise. Extremely, you know, competitive for a long time, and they've been up at the top of the heap. I mean, everyone is always waiting to see who's going to be the Roxas beaters. You know, so far at least, every team's reign at the top has been limited. That time in the sun. You're playing in a team, that's the best you can ever hope for, is to make as big of an impression as possible while you can.
But Roxas starting to develop that kill lead. 3 kills right now in the lead against number 1. With number 1 finding 1 kill here. Mario finding a kill on Takiri. Are not giving up so easily, but Roxas still have 5 minutes and 30 seconds to find a lot of kills on number 1.
Let's take a look and see who's picking up those numbers. It's going to be Kiri. Wow, this is really very heavily skewed towards one player. So for everyone else on the scoreboard, they've got pretty similar scores, but Kiri is the standout and pretty much single-handedly generating that current Roxas lead. And as soon as Kiri's off the board, things start to look a lot more even.
Yeah, well, for Kiri, he will obviously respawn very fast. So number one, they don't get a lot of time to work with. And Roxas, they are really starting to cement their lead right now with a near 10 kill lead. Number one, not finding themselves in a good spot at all. Let's check in with the scoreboard kind of to see who are really putting in the work for Roxas. It is Kiri and Ryan, 8 kills and 5 respectively. These two guys putting in the work for Roxas to keep them above number one.
Roxas with a comfortable lead right now. Looking like they're going to be heading for at least this first game victory. We do have at least some resistance coming in from Bofon and Rayo, both picking up kills for themselves. See there, Rayo showing their style with a nattily laid out boss. But number one, they're respawning in, they're rushing in, and Roxas are ready to meet them.
Oh, 15 kills after a quick trade here. Number one, they are so far behind Roxas. They're looking like that unstoppable team that we have created a story of.
It's a story written in the blood of their opponents. Roxas, dominant for a long time, and with very good reason. You have to think, you know, as frustrating as it can be for teams to have a consistent opponent that are winning again and again, it also gives you a pretty strong idea as to who you should be emulating. You know, Roxas apparently have got a pretty good handle on what the most effective tactics available, what the meta is. And they're demonstrating that with extreme prejudice.
They certainly are, but you must also say that for number one, it's not about copying Roxas, but it's about figuring out what are Roxas doing right, and then just implementing that in your own playstyle. Now, number one, about to lose this first game in this semi-final, so we're going to go to Vantage, and we're going to have to see if number one, they can change things around and actually win just one map against Roxas, because I don't think that we could ask much more of these guys.
I think that's entirely fair. So, the semi-finals will continue after the break. We're going to do our Facebook giveaway now, so let me get that sorted out. In fact, no, I tell you what, we'll do the Facebook giveaway after the break. Give you guys a last chance to enter in. Well, after that, we'll be going on to Mob Crush, and then once our grand finals begins, we're going on to YouTube. So stay tuned, guys. Roxas against number one once more after the break. Welcome back, one and all. Roxas versus number one at it once more. Roxas looked pretty darn impressive in game number one. But now it's time for Vantage, and everything could change.
And it's time to see if number one, they have figured out how to fight against Roxas, because damn did Roxas just run away with the game in map number one. 15 kills in the lead. Once we reached that mid game, Roxas, they came out swinging. Right here, number one, however, finding two members with a frag grenade. That's exactly what we need to see.
Insanity starting off the game well. Let's see if they can keep it up. Has managed to steal a DBS somewhere along the way. Unfortunately, it falls foul of Ruse. The Cobra is able to strike instantaneously. Fantastic reactions there to cut down the number one top scorer.
Ruse looking for a kill right here with his imp. Will not find it as Kiri comes in and, well, one could say steals that kill away. But of course it's a team game, so there's no kill stealing.
I disagree. There's definitely kill stealing in this game. They may all go to the same pot, but after the game is done, you have to know that, you know, the players, they're going to be pretty smug about having those big numbers on the scoreboard.
That's true. Obviously, if you can get around 21 kills in one game, then you must be feeling very confident. And I think that's the largest kill score that I have ever seen on a single person.
Yeah, I don't think it gets much bigger than that without the player literally being the entire team by themselves. Of course, it's a lot easier to pick up kills when your teammates are there to help you out, as Roxas will be able to, again, the dogpiling strategy we've seen work so well. I feel like if a team knows it's coming, there are ways of getting around it, but a team that's caught off guard will be completely overrun.
That is true, and it seems like number one, they are caught off guard multiple times, kind of fit, as they are now behind 7 kills. That's 7 times that they might have been caught off guards, but they have just lost the trades. Roxas are so far ahead. Once again, once you reach that mid game, once we get a few minutes into the game, Roxas, they just find kills left, right, and center, and number one, they fall further and further behind.
Both one does at least manage to get a pick off there. It's not completely beyond hope for number one, but it's looking extremely tough. Let's find those numbers. So Kiri, the professional kill stealer, comes in and secures a few kills of their own. Nice pick up onto both on there from extreme range, and then firing through that slot in the floor to get another. Insanity.
Kills for number one. Both of them really stepping up right here, finding 3 kills super fast. That's what number one they need to find their way back.
Ruse doing some good backup work there to make sure that trade did not go unanswered. We're reaching the halfway mark. The two teams pretty close to each other in score, but we need to see something from number one in this second half of the second semi-final game that we have yet to see so far.
Well, number one only behind by 9 kills now, so they still have time. We have 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Bofin and Insanity finding 2 kills right there, but Ruse finds another one. But number one doing quite well for themselves just here.
Number one are falling ever so slowly behind though, as they're trying to take each of these trades. It does feel like, I thought for a second that it was going to be that we'd be seeing trading backwards and forwards till the game is done, but I don't think Roxas are satisfied with that. Instead, they want to send a message to everybody by putting the boot home to number one.
Number one about to get thrown out of this tournament by losing this semi-final against Roxas. Roxas so close, they can taste it. With a 10 kill lead, they are ready to end this one out and go into the grand final to face our severe lineup.
Alright guys, as Dealer says, that will be it for their chances there. So our winners on Facebook are Juan Meza and Alan Harris. They are Facebook winners. Please post your dog tags and platforms. So Juan and Alan Harris, congratulations. We'll be moving on to Mob Crush for our next giveaway. So do head across to mobcrush.com/modern-combat. We'll be running that for the first 2 games of our grand final, and then we will be moving on to YouTube for what could easily be the final game. So you only have a little bit of time to get that in, and you'll only have a little bit of time for your Mob Crush entries. But stay tuned, guys. We shall return in just a few minutes' time with our grand finals. Gentle friends, one and all, come and join me on the battlefield. We're waiting for our grand finals to begin. Our Mob Crush giveaway is currently live, so get yourself over there and claim your share. 2 batches of 300 credits on every single platform today, and it would be a shame to have to keep them for ourselves. It wouldn't be a shame. I would buy a small house.
A house for you and me?
No. A house for you, me, and Hero Gaming Simon.
Oh. Nice. How wholesome.
How wholesome. Yep. I feel like there's a lot to be said for practicing aiming by not actually shooting, but just pretending that you are in your mind. Alright, where are we going to spawn in?
You decide. I don't want to decide for you all the time, Peter. You're grown up.
I'm a real boy. Alright, well I hate the airport. Let's go there. I feel like one should always confront one's fears. I'm not totally convinced about having a sniper rifle straight away, but a shotgun, however, perfect. I feel like you can't get enough distance from other people to really use that properly. I did get beaten up by somebody with a shotgun before, so I'm a little bit higher on them than I would have otherwise been.
Don't you always get beaten up by people?
Well, not always. Sometimes I'm the winner. I think that's a shotgun I put down before. Okay, well I think we've... Oh, sweet. We've got enough... No, I don't think anyone else is actually here because we've picked up like everything. So let's customize our gun a little bit. It's a little bit premature probably to be putting up so much stuff on a gun this early, but hey. Well, yeah, we just, live a little, you know?
What do I know?
I don't know, what do you know?
Nothing.
Oh, I'm sure that's not true.
I'm sure it's true.
You made it this far, Deedless. Hey, Midday Gaming, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful evening wherever you might be in the world. I think you're from Japan, if I want to say. That seems... Your name seems just to trigger a memory of Japan. Oh, maybe it's just I think Midday... Is that a Japanese word? I can't remember. Look at all this stuff we've got, dealers. It's so beautiful.
It's so shiny. Shiny stuff. Wee.
Wee.
No, don't start it. Wrong game, man. Wrong game.
Right. So we've got ourselves a pretty solid bosk. We've got our E24 sniper rifle. Well, that was, oh gosh. What? Hey, oh, there.
I believe in you, Peter. You can do this.
Oh boy, we are running a bit dry on ammo. I'm very glad that we had a tier 3 armor. I think I was meat-shotting that last person pretty hard, so I think we would have died otherwise. Alright, we need an ammo box real bad. If you're an ammo box, Steelers, where would you hide?
Somewhere where you can't find me.
Well, apparently it's right there. Haha! Foiled again. Apparently there's somebody over there somewhere. This is quite a decent range scope. Okay, I think we've got some friends we can make up here though, so hopefully we can... I think we probably need to knock someone off. Actually, our armor's pretty dumpstered, so I think we probably need to go into here and pick up some more armor if we can. I feel like the fort's a pretty good place to get armor from. I'm not actually sure at this point if there's a specific logic behind where each thing is. Oh, hello. Where'd they go? Dealers, do you think it could have been the fabled Deal Ghost?
Deedle Ghost?
Or a Ghostalus, as we call it in the biz. I take your stern silence as a no. Let's see if we can find that armor. That's what we're actually here for. Tell me if you spot any armor. Oh, hello. Oops, oh man, we made things a lot harder for ourselves than we needed to. Oh, but we found some armor at least. Where did they go? I think they just ran away. Okay, so we've learned our lesson, which is don't try and shoot at someone as you're falling off the side of a building because it's not going to work very well. Oh,
well, you have two kills, man.
That's true. Is this? But are you saying this because you're so impressed?
I'm not. Aim down your sights, man. You know, you keep making me depressed instead of impressed.
Oh man.
Simply because you're not aiming down your sights.
Well, I mean, I've been relatively good at that. In that instance, I felt like I could just headshot them relatively well. Oh, shame can't climb up there.
Nice.
Holy moly, that is a lot of health packs.
You probably want to run.
Well, we've got 23 health packs, so I think we can basically sit in the blue zone until the end of the game. Midday Gamer, you want to 1v1 me? Heh, a likely story. I'm pretty sure if I 1v1 anybody, I'll lose. That's why I don't let my sister's cats play the game, because I'm afraid they might join those ranks.
Are you that bad at the game?
Well, yeah, I feel like I'm getting a little bit better. It's, you know, I was talking about on the last stream that, you know, there's only so far you can go down before you just come back the other side and start going up the other side, I suppose. Let's see, so there's definitely people over here. Oh, hello. No, that's not a person, that's a wing mirror. I oftentimes get those confused, and that's why I've gotten in trouble for tying people to the sides of my car. I think there could well be people inside here. Weirdly enough, no. Alright, so where should we set ourselves up in here, Deedless, so that we've got the best shot at? Is this a decent place?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know,
actually,
man. You're the professional.
there we go.
Nice. Nobody's gonna walk into the wall, but sure.
Well, if they come down this way, I think am I in enough darkness? I think maybe I need to be a bit further forward. So I'll activate a speed boost as soon as anybody comes through. I think we should probably change grenades to something a little bit more.
You're
correct.
pretty exposed right now.
Well, we're right in the center of the point. So so if we look at this one, we'll have that mine to help us cover that entrance. So we just mostly focus on this one. And just kind of glance from side to side. Oh, hello. Actually.
Oh.
There's two people fighting out here, so I think if we just go and shoot one of them.
Alright, once you're done with the game, Peter, we have a code.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get done with the game right now then. Wait, where'd they go?
Well, find them and kill them.
Oh, there.
There's one guy there. I would just run away. Just let him die outside the zone.
Oh, that's it.
And then go kill the last one. He's on the right side. On your right side. He was hiding where you were hiding. He was hiding where you were hiding.
I'm looking directly at them.
Well, shoot him then. Shoot him. Finish him. Did you just flash yourself?
Maybe.
No, you...
If the question is, did I just flash myself twice? Then...
You're banned from using flashbangs. Nice. Congratulations.
Yes! Video games! As a mutual friend of ours would say. Phew! That was intense. Asil Haytam would like us to make a declaration of love to ASN Johan. Well, I don't know ASN Johan. Maybe, you know, if they bought us flowers first. Well, that went pretty well, all things considered. You may not be deedless, but I'm impressed with me.
Well,
Two I got promoted to.
I am fairly impressed.
Right, so we've got our passkey, which I presume, unless we've had a drastic change of plans, will be for our grand finals. Roxas against Severe. Let's just double check that's the case. No, in fact, there's must have been an admin decision, because it looks like it's Score Gaming who'll be joining Roxas in the grand final. Mida Gaming, you love the MT5 streamers. You see, that's that way round. I feel like we couldn't be much more accepting of.
Well, I love the MT5 streamers as well.
Ah, and they hold you in high regard as well. So, our grand finals shall be starting in just a few moments' time. We've actually had a little bit longer to get in our Mob Crush giveaway entries than we would have had otherwise, so we will be starting up our YouTube giveaway relatively soon. So guys, head across to mobcrush.com/modern-combat and enter in #semi if you want to enter in and get yourself a pretty sure thing sack of 300 Creditorinos. We will take a micro break while the players get in place, and when we return, our grand finals will begin. Welcome back, friends, one and all. It's time for the Grand Finals. Score Gaming over in the blue. Roxas in the red, ready to rocks our world. Let's see what Score Gaming have got for us. As we said, Score Gaming oftentimes denied a place in the later parts of the tournament, have been languishing in semi-final purgatory for a while. Now they have to face off against the big hitters of Roxas. Kiri, you can see right now, able to provide some fire support for the team and is just absolutely tearing into the Mexican team. A $500 prize pool on the line for the two teams to share between. 350 to the winners, 150 to second place. It's high stakes competition and both teams are giving it their all. Arcade from the side of Score Gaming doing some real nice stuff in the early going. Let's see if they can keep it up Because it's one thing to perform in any given moment, but it's all about all the moments that make up a grand finals game, the very apex of Mortal Kombat 5 esports. When it comes to these monthly tournaments, the accumulation? I can never remember that word. It evades me. Of all the previous tournaments lead up to this point. Let's check in with Kiri, 5-1 so far. The big kahuna for Roxas. So Roxas have won every tournament that I can remember for quite some time. Midday Gaming, I'm currently casting it with Dealers, who's just had to step away for a second. I'm sure he'll be back soon. He's from Denmark. And he too loves himself some MC5. Yeah, I think Midday, it feels like it's been a while since I've talked to you. So I hope that you are enjoying tonight's stream. This is our last one of the weekend. Of course, we'll be having 4 streams per weekend for the next couple of weekends, so keep an eye out on the ESL page to find out when all the good stuff is happening in your own time. Arubaru, lovely double kill there. The moment it was quiet across the construction site is the moment that Arubaru chooses to strike the Japanese squad ahead by 5. Will be chased down. No, apparently the Arubaru pulled the bamboozle because Mexico thought they were chasing down Japan. Instead, they were the ones being hunted themselves.
Damn, Roxas, they have a big lead with 3 minutes and 55 seconds left to go. They just came back, and man, Roxas, they are already well on the way to winning map number 1.
Kiri, definitely the top banana for the Japanese side of things. 8-2. I don't think anyone else is even remotely comparing. Arubaru probably the closest behind, but for Score Gaming, they are, they're performing very closely as individual members, but they're just not hitting those heady heights the Japanese squad have reached so far. Way ahead as the halfway mark, it's floated across.
3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go, counterfeit. Roxas now with a 10 kill lead. Score Gaming, this Mexican squad, would hate to fall behind here in this first map, but it's looking like that is the reality from Danny and Coco. And Roxas, the Japanese squad that we know have won so many tournaments in a row, we know are so super strong, are doing so well here on this map, and are looking very dominant.
Well, we say all of this, and for a second it looked like Score Gaming might be able to find their way back in. However, such thoughts quickly born are quickly swept aside as well. Pantita, we remember them from before. Famous for their Bramstam usage. This time round, rocking the shotgun, does have backup from the other teammates, but you see how quickly that backup evaporates under the hail of Roxas fire. Roxas winning out yet more trades. It's looking like the best that Score Gaming have got to give, at least on construction sites, is not going to be anywhere near good enough. Get those Mob Crush entries in while you can. mobcrush.com/Mortal Kombat. #semi-midday. Thank you for your entry over there. We want to give you guys some credits. You just need to give us a little bit of a hand.
Counterfeit, in the last 5 tournaments that Roxas they have participated in, they have come in as the first seeded team, and they have won those tournaments. So Score Gaming, they have quite a mouthful ahead of them, and well, Roxas, definitely the team to beat in these blue iOS tournaments.
The legend of Roxas, though, it grows in the telling. Tournament after tournament, victory after victory. What a thing it would be to be the team that not only took a game off Roxas, as we saw earlier on in the weekend, but to actually take a series of them. The tales they would tell in the halls for ages. Roxas, they've been on top forever. Who will be the team to eventually dethrone them?
That is a question that we're gonna have to wait and see now. Score Gaming, they have caught up with Roxas. And obviously we know that gods, they can bleed. At least that's what we saw yesterday between Roxas and I'm not quite sure, I can't remember who it was. But at least they did lose a game. And Score Gaming, well, they could very well lose a game as well here.
Score are ahead by 1. Danny picks up another. Could we be seeing an upset? Last time Roxas did lose a game, it was in game 1 of the series. We had pretty much counted out Score Gaming, but it's all coming down to this. They have come alive in the last few moments. Danny takes down Rusey. Could it be that Mexico defy the odds? There's only a few seconds left for Roxas to make a big push in. I don't know if it's coming. Assassin gets another, and Roxas, for the second time in recent memory, lose a game, and in a grand final of all places.
Yesterday, in the Blue February Cup #3, number 3 that is, Roxas, they also lost a game 1 in the grand final. But from there, they just put up more steam, and they looked for that momentum, and then because they were angry after losing game number 1, they won the next 3 maps. So now Score Gaming, they have shown that Roxas, they are a team that you can defeat. But they're going to have to win 2 more maps to take home this grand final.
So, as I said, we'll be going on to YouTube for our next giveaway. Let me just get that nameplate set up. There we go. So, our winner over on Mob Crush is going to be Midday. And not just because Midday says some nice things, because they dropped in the hashtag where they were told to do so. So, Midday is here. Sue87, please post your dog tag and platform. So, if you'd like to get in on our next giveaway, which will, of course, be on YouTube itself, then please do head across to, and I'm just going to change this over. Let's see, so tiny.cc/MC5 stream. Let's just check that works actually on my end. Oh, nope. I tell live. Alright, never mind. I'm just going to post a link directly to the video. I think that might make life a bit easier as well. And guys, if you drop the hashtag finals into the chat there, then you will be lined up to win one of the 2 shares of 300 credits in the chat over there. Further, guys, our finals will continue after the break, so stay tuned. Score Gaming versus Roxas. The epic continues in just a few minutes' time. Friends, bros, country folk, lend me your ears. It's time for Roxas to clash once more with Score Gaming who surprised the world with a first game victory. But this is a best of 5 series. We are just getting started, and we shall find out how deep does the reserve of determination run for Score Gaming.
In last night's Weekly Cup, we did see Roxas lose the first game of the grand final as well, Counterfeit, but it just made them angry. And now Score Gaming, they're gonna have to win 2 more games to take home this grand final. Roxas need to win 3 games in a row to win this grand final, or just they can lose 1 game and then win 3. But overall, Roxas are still not out of this tournament at all, and they are still the clear favorites just because they have won so many tournaments in a row.
Yeah, Roxas in the lead for the moment. Score Gaming. So, from what we've established, and we should always try and establish patterns with just 1 point of data. Oh my gosh. Kiri just killed everybody.
Well, he killed 3 people with a grenade.
Everybody.
3 people.
Everybody.
Anyway, Roxas right now still very furious and definitely coming out swinging off the gates. Out of the gates. They must feel a bit offended to have 1 game taken away from them after being such a legendary team that have won like 4 or 5 tournaments in a row.
That said though, you know, it's no matter how good the team, the time you have up at the top is always going to be limited. However, Roxas definitely not ready to relinquish that place on top of the heap. Have been bringing it to Score Gaming in this second game. We know that Score have got untapped comeback potential, but it's keeping up that focus for potentially a whole 5-game series. That's extremely taxing on a team, especially, you know, when you're looking at Roxas, a team that are used to being in final after final, and Score Gaming honestly haven't been there anywhere near as much recently.
No, they certainly haven't, and it has just made way for Roxas's domination in the iOS scene. Looking at the scoreboard, you can see the top fragger from Roxas, 8 kills, with the follow-ups being 5 and 4 and 2. So Roxas, they are making sure that it's just not one man that has to carry it all, and that has helped them develop this kill lead of 7 kills.
Kiri in the right place at the right time, unerring with the grenades, as it seems like Score Gaming are getting caught out and put down. We're seeing again and again in each of these sort of individual encounters that Score, I think, become a little gun shy of hanging out together because of Kiri's incredibly impactful grenades. Now spreading out means they can't cover each other's backs anywhere near as well. And if Roxas are the ones on the offensive, I can only think they'll continue to pick up kills.
But I like what Score Gaming are doing, sticking together as a team, making sure that the only way that Roxas they can kill them is by pushing in as a 5-man unit and working together. Now obviously that does mean that they are more vulnerable to being taken down by explosives, but Roxas not rocking a lot of heavies.
But those grenades are still going to be a clear and present danger, especially when they're delivered by Kiri. Let's have a look at some of those numbers actually once we respawn back in. Yeah, 9 to 5, a lot more explosive damage being done by the Roxas side of things, and I think a good portion of that is going to be down to Kiri on this assault. Has died a lot, but has got a lot of kills, and nearly every time they're throwing out the impact grenades, they are getting some real damage done.
They certainly are. Roxas are just about to win this second map here, which means that the next map will be Museum. Right now we are in Conversion, and Roxas 7 more kills, and they are done with this map.
I think you're right, Dealers. Roxas awakened after the first game. You know, I think this is one of the life cycles that teams go through. Roxas, they've been up at the top of the heap. that, you know, winning again and again and again is inevitably gonna breed complacency in a team. They don't think they need to give absolutely everything to win a game, and they just start to slip behind. With, you know, as each of these tournaments going on, we're seeing Roxas' grip on the very top of the heap starting to slip further and further. Whether this will be the tournament that sees them put down, Roxas certainly sent a message in Game 2 that they are far from done in this finals.
That is certainly true, Counterfeit. And now we are at least going to have 2 more games, Museum and Streets. And then overtime could be the potential decider match. But we're going to have to wait and see if Roxas, they can win map number 3 and continue that momentum that they just found.
Alright guys, keep your entries coming in on YouTube while you can, because time is ticking away. We need to find ourselves a grand finals winner. Will you be there to see it and to claim your prize at the end of the rainbow? Stay tuned and we'll be back soon. A heartbeat begins and stops on this here museum. Score Gaming surprised Roxas in game number 1, but Roxas came back full force in our second Grand Finals game. Now, Arubaru looks upon the history that was wrought by our forefathers, and history will be written again anew.
But you know what, Counterfeit? I feel like I've seen this before. Roxas, they have a tendency to lose the first game in the grand final and then just win the continuing next 3. Right now, they are behind by 2 kills as Arcade finds a very cheeky kill right there with a pixel pick. But Roxas, far from over yet, with still 6 minutes left to go.
Coco will be joined by Rai loading in as the game starts well for Score Gaming, but immediately Roxas come back and slam through kills of their own. Kiri, I think, is really the player that's standing out for me so far in this series. Absolutely ludicrously good with those grenades, and that's such a difference maker for these teams to have someone who can nearly always land a perfectly placed impact grenade to take out people from incredibly long ranges.
Yeah, and we've seen some incredible impact grenades as of today, Counterfeit. Just seen people pick 2, 3 people out with a single grenade. That's an impressive skill and something that a lot of people, especially these 2 teams, they would love to see more of, because it's just a big, quick push up the scoreboard.
Speaking of scoreboards, Kiri is riding high on it with 7/10 of the Roxas points squarely in their own possession. It actually does get taken out by Arcade in the last exchange, as Score Gaming find themselves back in a contentious position with Roxas. You have to know that the Mexican squad are just, holding on for the best they can, trying to keep Roxas from running away with the game once more.
It is right now a 2-kill lead for Roxas, but 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Score Gaming can still make it back. But Kiri and Ryusei finding pre-kills right here and pushes Roxas a bit further ahead. But Roxas, we know that once they have a lead, they will just keep that, because they are incredibly good as a team. So you don't want to give them too much space. Score Gaming, you need to start fighting back.
Coco did a pretty good job there before being taken down by Arubaru. But the question then does become, if Arubaru and another player can be the backup for their squad, where were the other members of Score Gaming when this was all going on? It feels like Score need to focus around their point getters and make sure they've got the backup so that when they get that initial kill untraded, they don't then just get dogpiled by the rest of the opposing squad.
That is a good point, Counterfeit. Right here, right, looking for a shot, will not find it. Denise will win that duel.
A good denial there, but you know what they say, Deedless, denial isn't just a river in England.
That is true now. Roxas 4 kills in their lead. I don't think we're gonna go all the way to 50 kills, Counterfeit, just because this game is being drawn out in terms of kills by the 2 teams. They're not making it a quick one. And with 3 minutes left to go, and us not even haven't reached the halfway point, I very much doubt that we're gonna see the end point.
I mean, this is the great thing about playing the best of 5 between the teams. You get to see the evolution, the relationship between the 2 teams change as the game goes on. Very dramatically different games, of course, different maps, but different approaches being deployed by both squads. And while Score Gaming may have stopped Roxas from running away with the game itself, they have yet to find a way to close the gap that has existed for a while.
25-18. Score Gaming quite far behind. I don't see how they are gonna make this comeback unless they start pulling out some moves now. You can't slow the game down. You can't go for those snipers. That's not how you're gonna win this game. Those trades will most likely always go in the favor of Roxas simply because they are so good in these sniper duels, and they have those guys with cock Vs that can always help with the snipers as well. So if they don't land the shots, then the cock V players, they will.
It feels like Roxas are entirely playing out of their comfort zone right now. I mean, there's something to be said for a team that's willing to approach an opposing squad on their own terms, but honestly, it doesn't seem like it's been successful so far to just let Roxas work from arm's length, lock down these corridors, and keep the points aflow, and Score Gaming so much ground to make up in these last few moments of this turning point third game of our best of 5 grand finals.
Next up will be Streets. Another very interesting map, very different to this map here on Museum. Much closer in terms of corridors and places where people can fight. There's not a lot of space, and there's one big building in the middle where people, they tend to just group around. So that would be interesting to see how these two teams, they match up on that map. For now, Roxas is still with a 10 kill lead.
Fortunately for the Mexican squad, I think the only thing they're going to be grouping around is the casket that holds Score Gaming's chances in this third game. Roxas, after being held at bay for nearly the whole game, have finally managed to break ahead with the lead. Kiri, the focus of the limelight, as they should be. A ludicrously strong performance. Definitely a player to remember for Roxas. And Score Gaming, any time they get near Kiri, they end up regretting it.
Score Gaming, it seems like they can't reduce the lead that Roxas they have. It seems like they can't figure out how to deal with Roxas. Once Roxas, they just find that push. The time runs out, and right here you see a 10 kill lead for Roxas that end the game with a 43-33 kill score.
Now, I would say, D-List, I feel like this game 3 was a lot closer than it necessarily appeared to be. I feel like Score Gaming kind of just threw everything at the wall at the end because they didn't think they could win by conventional means, and that meant they ended up giving up a lot more kills over than it would have been otherwise. In game 2, Roxas won by 15. In that game 3, it felt like Roxas won more like about by 5 or so in real terms. So, I don't know, I'm prepared to see a Score Gaming comeback here, but Roxas, of course, will do everything in their power to prevent that from happening. So guys, get to your hashtag funnels in on YouTube while you can. Our fourth and potentially final game of the Grand Finals will be coming up after the break. Don't miss it, and we'll be back with you soon. Welcome back, everyone. We've got a little bit of time before our next Grand Finals games begin, so we are not going to waste a moment and charge out onto the battlefield to see if we can add to our delicious pile of turkey sandwiches. Now, on a scale of pretty freaking impressed to the most impressed you've ever been, where are you, dealers, when it comes to my previous game performance and #1 spot?
Fairly impressed.
Hurrah! I'll take it. So, what is it you think that I did so freaking well in that last game, which caused me to win?
You didn't die.
Well, I mean, I feel that's probably what everyone would be able to do. Come on, give me some details. Was it my dance moves?
Well, no, you didn't die. I'm just proud of you because you didn't die.
Alright, well, let's see. Oh, this area over here, actually. Nobody's gone here at all. And hopefully...
It's not something you see every day that you don't die.
That's true. Alright, we got some tier 2 armor. Not too shabby, not too shabby. I think this is... Oh, this is one of the risky spawns, isn't it? Alright, let's just get out of here. Because even though there's only probably one other person there, at the same time, there's... Like, it's... Like, going for a... I really want to take fights where I've actually got an advantage rather than I'm more or less on the same footing as the other person. Because probably about half the time, they're just going to be better at the game. Hooray, my voice scared others. Do you think I secretly developed the ability to terrify my opponents with my yodelings? Do this. I know you're not necessarily a sports psychologist, but...
No. I'm definitely not, but sure.
Do you think there might be any worth in trying to, you know, psych myself up by saying all of the amazing stuff I'm going to do in the game before doing so?
Maybe? I don't know. Again, I'm not a... I know nothing about psychology, man.
Oh, hello. I don't know why my aim was so shaky there. But hey. Thank you, gentle friend, for picking up all that stuff for us. I really feel like everyone else in this game is just here to pick up stuff so we can take it off them. We got a pretty good loadout to start the game off. Alright, so I probably don't want to go out there, at least not properly. Because it feels like it's so easy to get cut down there. I just kind of want to get away from the airport, honestly. So, Douglas, where do you think we should go next?
Well, where the action is, surely.
I don't know, man. I'm running away from the action, honestly. The action's at the airport.
Well, go kill people.
I mean, I guess that's a good strategy. Let's see. So what have we got here? Shotgun? Yeah. Oh, hello. Okay, we found someone at least moderately close to us. I think that might be Alex. So let's go and match our might against Alex. I think, Dealers, you think we can take him down?
No.
Oh, man.
I don't think you're able to hit the shots, as you can see right here, Peter. It's a pretty long distance. It's not very easy to land the shots, man. No, you're dead. Oh, you're alive. Remember to pop a health potion when you're fighting people. Nice. Peter, you're on a fire.
I'm on a fire roll.
Yeah.
Let's keep popping those health potions. I think there's a couple of bad hombres up here. So let's see if we can... Excellent.
Why are you not using the Bosk?
Oh, I forgot a Bosk?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much better, isn't it?
Mate, you've killed a person with that weapon.
Well, I did a lot of stuff. Alright, we've got everything we possibly want from them. Alright, yes, let's go back to our vastly superior weapon. Oh, hello, getting shot in the butt. We're going to need to buy a little bit of time for our health potions, or health packs? No, they didn't follow us. Okay. Wait, where did we pick up tier 3 armor from?
The airport.
Oh, that was at full capacity.
Well, maybe no one has shot you in the face. Or shot you in the body.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that was disappointing.
Yeah, you died pretty fast.
I think I must have... I don't know if I just got a little unlucky. I think I landed on his grenade. Ah. Oh, well, I was doing pretty well, I thought, up until the point where I wasn't. So let's have a quick check-in with Soldier Girl admin to see how things are doing. Here, hooray! I think I get it. You were trying to be nice. It just kind of came off as a little surprising, is all. Okay. Yeah, I think we may be having some admin business going on behind the scenes, so we'll just keep things rolling on the stream itself. Keep your entries coming in over on the YouTube page. Hashtag finals if you want to join in. Yes, I think I landed directly on a frag grenade, which may have just been an unfortunate coincidence, or I'm not sure. I don't know, they might have been that they saw us coming. I know that dropping down onto people, it can be a very risky proposition. So this time round, we're going to go into the fort straight away. I feel like we need some more combat training. We're just going to go pick a fight with absolutely everybody who shows up on the map. Even if we've got nothing... Oh, hello.
Man, come on, shoot them. Nice. Congratulations, you got a kill.
Well, they both be dead. I am happy it worked out that way. Got lots of speed boosts. Let's go and pick up some health packs from someone else's corpse. Gotta go fast! Some stuff. Hoover that up. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's see. I get the impression that this shotgun can be pretty good. But I think there's somewhat limited circumstances. I don't like being in corridors like this because I feel like you then end up in just a who can aim better competition. And I feel like that's not a competition I'm going to win very often.
Maybe.
I'm certain there are more people in here, but I'm not sure where they are. Tell me if you spot anyone. Oh, a sniper rifle. We could probably use one then. Alright. Now with long range capability and some actual armor, which is always nice to have. Oh, there they are. Right in the center. Let's rush over before they get done shooting each other in the face. Oh, I think we've ended up between several people. So let's zoom away. Keep popping those health pots and try and buy us up as much time as we can. To let them kick in. Alright. Round 2, fight! There we are. Thank you very much. Oh man. It's not very good at all. I mean, the sniper rifle was alright, but for all of that drama, I would have expected something a little bit more substantial, like an imp. Though I suppose if they had an imp, we'd probably just be dead. Oh well. Caveman J, we haven't... neither myself or Dealers have actually got a Switch, though I know that the game just coming out on the Switch itself. I kind of hope that there will be some Switch-based events in the future. I don't think there's any plans that I'm aware of at the moment, but we're certainly very aware that you guys need the love as well, and we'll do our best to try and ask for that. So, you know, if we're getting asked by people, then that means that there is a demand. From what I understand, the Switch version of the game is a separate game, so I don't know if it could be potentially compatible with iOS and Android, but certainly as far as internal tournaments go, I don't see why not. Also, the Switch is an awesome piece of hardware.
Oh yeah, it certainly is, man. I wish I had a Switch.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I don't. Because I use all my money on climbing equipment instead.
Well, man, you gotta make your decisions. Yeah, Caveman J, at various times of the year I do a fair amount of traveling, so I think I probably would get some good mileage out of a Switch. Like, I feel like it's weird. I mean, I don't know how closely you follow Nintendo stuff, Deedless, but yeah, for a while it looked like Nintendo might even go out of business given how poorly some of their recent consoles were doing until the Switch came out.
Yeah, I remember, what's it called? The Nintendo U?
Yeah, the Wii U, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did... Oh man, they were not looking good for a while, though I kind of feel like the lessons that they learned through those were, critical in having the Switch be what it is. But even so, I think they were very expensively won lessons. So there should be some friendos over this hill. No? Maybe over this hill? There they are. Oh man, yeah, I knew it. The second I kind of like flaked out on being able to aim down on them, I knew it was toast because they knew exactly where I was. I should have thrown out a grenade, and they also should have gone in a direction they didn't expect.
Yeah, well, it's an expensive learned lesson.
Well, I don't know if those two are quite comparable, but I suppose the end result's the same.
Yeah. Expensively learned lesson.
So we're going to give you guys a chance to play it on stream. In fact, I'll tell you what. I know that some people were looking for a chance to duel. So ESL 123, come and play with myself and Coach Deedless, providing the intelligence part of the equation. Let's go for Showdown. A 2v2 on the Showdown. So anyone playing on iOS, please do use the passkey ESL123 or the global chat invite to come and join my team or the opposing force on Showdown. I don't know if we've actually got a good loadout at all, but we'll have to just do our best. We are waiting on our next update as far as our ESL tournament goes. Doesn't look like we've got anything incoming as of yet, so we'll just keep the games a-flowing. So, Deedless, given what we've seen from the other games, do you think I've got what it takes to take down one of these big-name ESL players?
Well, I think there's probably a reason why the big name ESL players are playing in the ESL tournaments and you're not.
Is that because they're scared of playing me?
Probably, yeah.
I knew it! This whole time. Oh man, Suthi from the Destiny team. That's quite an opponent we're going to need for quite an ally. If you're going to choose anyone from the chat, Steelers, to be my partner to allow me to take down the best that ESL have to offer, who would you say it should be?
I'm not in the chat right now.
You're not?
Yeah.
You're missing out.
Well, I might be.
Well, we've got Hi JJ. I don't know them, but if they want to join my team, they're more than welcome to. Alright, let's get it on. Me and you, today. And I don't even know if we've got a real loadout.
Well,
nope. not,
so
not even a little bit.
Win 5 rounds and then you're good to go.
Alright,
well, considering that you don't have a loadout, I would probably just go for knife kills.
Yeah, you're right, I should have.
Yeah, like that guy.
Let's see. I'm going to customize my HUD. And... Ooh. Whoops. I would have... I think I did a tiny amount of damage to them. Oh man. Alright. I'm trying to quickly get my HUD sorted out before we get killed again. Customize HUD. Throw that in there. Save. There we go. Right.
I believe in you, Peter. Hey.
There you go, I got a good weapon now.
Now you just need to kill the last guy.
Ah! I got ambushed. Oh, we at least got a kill. Which I feel was... Oh, our teammate left. I didn't want to stick around for the inevitable end.
It does seem rather likely.
Oh, no, well, that went about as well as expected. I mean, I'd like to blame my tier 1 equipment, but I don't think it really made that much difference at all. So, Suthi demonstrating why they're on top of their field, and I am just out in a field. I guess we'll have to leave it to the experts then. So if guys would like to come and join a more regular game, please use the passkey ESL123. You'll of course see on screen as we set the game up while we wait for our next one to start, our next ESL match. So let's go on to team battle. Let's go to overtime just for the sake of it. ESL123. And come and join us on stream. Huzzah! Well, I'm going to always treasure that time, Deedless, that I managed to get a kill on that one guy.
And that very one guy?
Mm-hmm. I was pretty impressed with myself, honestly. I do feel like the Battle Royale has taught me a fair amount about positioning, though. Because, like, the games where we're doing well in the Battle Royale is...
we have a code, Peter.
Oh, thank gosh. So, guys, keep your entries coming in on YouTube, and we will be back in just a few moments' time with our next game from Score Gaming. We've got our passkey. We should have our players in just a moment, so we'll volvemos in seguida. We'll be right back. Gentle friends, one and all, our Blue November finals could easily come to a close as Roxas pushed back against Score Gaming's first victory with 2 in a row of their own. Will it be as dealers predicted, with Roxas again pulling out the 3-1 victory, or Score Gaming, who've been creeping closer with every single encounter? Will they finally find a way to put Roxas down for time number 2?
We did see Roxas win the weekly cup last night in a 3-1 matter. Now, Roxas are only behind 1 kill here in the first 30 seconds of this game. It is going to be streets that could be the deciding map here between these two guys. For now, Roxas coming out, finding a lot of kills and getting themselves a kill lead.
This game has got $200 riding on the outcome for these two teams. Whoever comes in first secures $350 for first place, and second will have to make do with just $150 to thank them for all their hard work. Of course, you want to be able to call yourself the best team from back in November 2018. That time it may have been long past, but this game, here and now, the stakes are real, the competition is fierce, and we must have ourselves a winner.
We certainly must, and right now it's a very even game. Score Gaming can certainly, of course, push this to a deciding 5th game, but Roxas, they don't want that, and right now they are grouping up with their 1 kill lead. They are looking to just win this right here and right now. Obviously, a very strong Japanese squad that Score Gaming, they have to give all the respect to.
We will be looking for Score Gaming to build themselves either an outstanding individual performance or at least an outstanding player. Coco up in close quarters, it's so risky to go up against Roxas because Ruse, the Cobra, is always ready and waiting. We can see the streets become bathed in flame. Those kill streaks coming in. Score Gaming is starting to drop even further behind.
And this is what we typically see once you reach that 5-4-30 time in the game. Then Roxas, they start to just pull themselves ahead. That's when they get a lot of kills. That's when they turn up for the heat. And Score Gaming, they fall flat.
Now behind by 7, Score Gaming. It was in that first game that Gomatax and the rest of the squad were able to pull back the victory. They need to do that here and now as Gomatax dances around the boxes with Rai. The two jousting. This time round, it's team captain Goma who gets the kill, but of course, teamwork means it's never truly 1 versus 1.
Roxas, they want to add another 1 competition to their name. The first seeded team of today's competition want to go all the way, and right now with a 6 kill lead, are looking to do so with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go.
Danny from up on high can't quite land those shots through, so it's going to go across to Coco and the rest of Score Gaming. They're charging in. A bit of an unfortunate change of weapons there for Coco, who takes themselves out, and I think Gomatax did the same as well. A heartbreaker for Score Gaming, which could have broken their backs in this final.
And now we have reached the 40 kill mark for Roxas. Time is running out for Score Gaming. Roxas, they are so close, they can taste it. Their 6th win in terms of tournaments in a row. These guys, they are so close.
Roxas, we keep claiming today will be the day when we'll finally see the BMOS at the top of the heap fall, but it doesn't seem to be this day. Assassin comes in, picks up more kills for Score, but as always, when it comes to going up against Roxas, it's never going to be enough.
And Roxas, they win yet another tournament in a 3-1 fashion in the grand final. Congratulations to them, well played. They showed that they just need to warm up in game 1, and then they will pump it up. Then they will win the rest of the games in the grand final in a very convincing manner right here with another close to 15 kill lead.
Alright guys, I'm not seeing too many hashtag finals in the YouTube chat. Perhaps you guys just hate free credits. I mean, I can understand. Sometimes the burden of wealth is overwhelming. But I'm sure Roxas will find a way to get through. So as we said, they will be going home with the $350. Score Gaming, $150. So extremely well played to both parts of the equation. We'll have to say goodbye to D-List. He's having to drop out now to attend to business of his own. But I'll keep you company for the last part of the stream. We can only thank again, of course, Soldier Girl for keeping everything running behind the scenes. And we'll toss up a Battle Royale to close out our stream this evening. If you'd like to find more of D-List, you can find them at D-List on Twitter and on Twitch, where they stream all manner of different things. Occasionally, even some MC5 themselves. I think D-List just got done with some Tomb Raider today. So, fun stuff. Also, D-List likes to play hero games. Also, very excitable. So, a good combination there for your enjoyment. If you haven't already, please do follow Modern Combat on Facebook, Twitter, Mob Crush, YouTube, and Twitch. You'll be able to get all the latest news, all the latest tournaments, and perhaps even cat pictures if I ever get to hang out with my sister's cat once again. Actually, probably not cat pictures. But if you'd like to see that kind of thing, you can follow little old me. You can find me at CounterfeitCast on all the social platforms. And let's do that one last one. So, No Name Modern, thank you for your details. So, I'm just going to go by the first people to put in their hashtags. So, our first winner, our first YouTube winner is No Name Modern. No Name Modern, thank you very much. Let's go for the old random spawn, which nearly always just seems to be the airport, which is probably not ideal. Alright, let's get into the terminal. Away from prying eyes. Oh boy. Got someone shooting us in the butt already. Let's pull out pistol for maximum fleeing capability. Is there a weapon in here? Oh, it's a better armor. And some grenades. I don't know if that other person actually followed us in here. I don't think they actually did. So we're still looking for a assault rifle or SMG, but we've got a decent enough sniper rifle to be going on with. Let's find ourselves a new place to dwell. This little village will suit us well. Anyone on? Anyone home? Hopefully not. I think probably not. Our old crowd favourite, the Red, which is heavily advertised in the clan for good reason. It's been a lot of fun. I think it's probably not competitively viable, but in the Battle Royale, it's found a new lease of life as a very, very solid battle rifle. Ooh, hello. Let's get ourselves an imp. Distinct improvement. Oh, we got some bits and pieces. Let's head down to the village to soothe our hurts. Ooh, there's someone else having a fight down here. So let's go and let's pop our only speed boost to try and get there before they disappear. Where do they go? Oh, there they are. Gosh, they took a long time to go down. They must have been wearing tier 3 armor. No Name Modern? What platform are you playing on? iOS, Android, or PC? Ooh, tier 3 armor. Now we've got all the power ourselves. Alright, let's load up. Boop, 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 boop. Swank! So something I've been picking up for us from playing some other Battle Royale games. What would you guys think about having unlockable weapon camos for Battle Royale? So that when you picked up different weapons, that they would always be camouflaged in a particular different way. Would that be something you guys would be interested in buying with the kind of the Battle Royale coins, which you get for playing? Ooh, hello. Well, they do it. Wait, oh, jeez. Ah! I was going to say that they went down easy, but I think we're just about to do the same thing. Haha! Somehow we survived that last encounter. Not totally clear why, but I will take it. That was a nice little exchange there. We got the whole gamut there where I kind of feel like it's not generally a very good strategy to just try running at the opposing person, but I think because they were just like us and they just fired constantly, by just hiding halfway through someone shooting, it seems to work relatively well to throw them off their game. We'll swap out our tier 2, which is almost busted, for a tier 2. And keep ourselves a moving. Now we've only got 8 people alive. I think that does include us. Oh, those numbers are decreasing. Let's actually, well, we've got the chance, load up our imp. Oh, actually we don't have a... Well, that's upsetting. I guess we'll just have to make do with the standard 5-shot. So picking up the medium mag for the imp, of course. Very important to double up on your ammo capacity. It's not normally that dramatic, but in this case... Oh, hello. This is not a very good place to hide. Apparently it was. Okay. We're very lucky that person just happened to look the other way. I think maybe they thought our hiding place was too obvious. We really need some new armor though. Well, I guess it's better than nothing. Not a lot better than nothing, but something. There is occasionally some armor left over around the place because people just don't... Like, you can find some tier 2 armor that people haven't picked up because they've already got it. So that's what I'm looking out for here. It's just something to call my own. I guess we're going to have to head towards this village anyway. So let's go down to the village to have a look. Manu Sakaro, we are done with our official ESL competition. I was just waiting for the response from our last giveaway winner. That has come in, and after this game we will be officially donezo. So thank you for dropping by. We will be back next weekend with more ESL action. Temptation, let's go pick up some stuff in probably a very exposed area where lots of other people have already died. So that's not the best of omens, but... Oh, hello. Oh, well, that's what we get for sticking around. Thank you guys for dropping by today. Hope you have enjoyed today's broadcast. Congratulations again to Roxas, who maintain their spot at the top of the heap, and to Score Gaming for making it all the way through to the finals to challenge them. I've been Peter Counterfeit Hartnell, and it has been my pleasure and honour, along with D-List, to bring you today's broadcast. We hope to see you again next time. But for now, good night and good games.